last night to see if he was barefoot. Is that still the case? Is he barefoot? Because I know on Facebook somebody posted a picture of these could be his shoes, or is that so he is presumed to be barefoot at this point?
What I can say is that his mom says all of his shoes are accounted for at the house. I'm not going to say that he's barefoot.
All right.
Allegedly!
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Lady Freedom here coming at you with another raw narrative. Here's a brief disclaimer for tonight's show. Let's watch.
That's ignorant! Allegedly, that's ignorant! Ignorant.
Judgment, Aslı.
Chloe, you read my thoughts. You've got the shinin.
You mean shining?
Shh! You wanna get sued?
Judgment, Aslı.
You just use that shin of yours to call me and I'll come a-running. But don't be reading my mind between 4 and 5. That's Willie's time.
Hey, yo, boss. I love it when he does that.
Let's watch.
Don't get me back to good bullshit.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Lady Freedom here coming at you with another raw narrative, and it's so good to see all of you guys today. Hey GA64, good evening, nice to see you. And Laura Arnold, thanks for being here. I'm glad you caught alive. I also see Daisy Duke and Little Miss Sharon, so good to see you. And Lori, and also Ann Reynolds, and I also saw, let's see, Town Chat Cafe. I saw Town Chat Cafe too. And try not to mention you guys twice. Yeah, I used to write them down, but now I can scroll through. It's so good to see you guys. Hey, WV Holla Girl. Good to see you. And Borna Honey. Nice to see you guys. Hey, Karen. Good to see you, Karen Danielle. Oh, thank you, little Miss Sharon, for gifting a Lady Freedom's Raw Narratives membership. If you get a membership from little Miss Sharon, please say thank you and welcome to the Dragon Tribe. Hey, Lolo, good to see you. It's so nice to see you guys. Welcome in, everyone. Hopefully, I got everybody. It's so nice to be here with you guys. I hope you're not sick of me by now. Definitely go over and check out. I was on a panel with some lovely ladies earlier tonight, and it's MMO Tarot. Um, Leanne, she is just a hoot, guys. She is so funny. I was turning off my sound so I could laugh at her because she just was cracking me up. Give me a second here and I will look and drop the link. And then if you guys have the link handy too, but also Astrology for Mystics was Jen was on the panel as well. And oh my gosh, we were just having a good time. Here we go. I got it. And oh, there we go. Yeah, we were having a blast up there. So definitely go check out Leanne's channel. Everybody has such like amazing gifts that we can all bring to the table. Hey, Bless, good to see you. Um, and I just love hearing other people's perspective. Hey, Denise Harris. And so we were talking about Sebastian Rogers and also Emmanuel Haro. So little baby Emmanuel, he's so cute, guys. I hope they find him soon. We were kind of talking about where he could be. There was a mysterious note that was dropped. It was very interesting. Lots of things to kind of discuss, and we're just not sure what's going on over there, in California, that is, and or wherever, if you guys are in California, I'm sure you're kind of wondering that too. So, all right, there we go. Astrology for Mystics. And then also, guys, Jen was over with Sebastian too, or excuse me, Seth. Hello, I do that all the time. Over there supporting Seth because he is out there still, and he will be out there tomorrow. I know a lot of people are going to go tomorrow too. I heard some more people were there today. Very, very awesome. Hey, Casey Blues, good to see you. Yeah, so I mean, it's very great. I know. I think little blue hearts are good for Emmanuel too. Born a honey, thank you. That's what I was doing was little blue hearts because, I mean, he didn't have a chance to really have a favorite color, right? But he was wearing that little blue Nike onesie. I remember that. So I just think he's so adorable. We still don't have a whole lot of information. They're going back and forth. I found it really interesting because even though I watched the Brian Enton interview, I didn't realize there was an uproar about it. I just thought it was really interesting that the prison was well that the law enforcement and the DA, whoever the prosecutor, whoever put them up to putting in a spy or an informant, whatever. I thought that was pretty cool, and I always like to listen to um, and hear about those things. So. I didn't even realize it caused an issue because apparently, I guess they couldn't do it again or something. I don't know. I don't know, but I don't think he's being truthful either way. Also think that Rebecca is scared. I think she needs to get an advocate in their stat. You know what I mean? And it's not to like coddle her. What she needs is somebody to like tell her, look, he's throwing you under the bus there, girlfriend. Like, we care about you. We know you didn't have nothing to do with this. Like some kind of a lawyer like that, right? Like someone from the ACLU or something that fights for rights. Because I really think that because she doesn't have the history that he does, that they should probably try to get her to work against him. And at some point, maybe she will. I don't know. Good to see you, Kathy. And then, I meant to say Denise's comment. Chris, where is Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers? You both know. Yeah, I think somebody definitely knows. I definitely think someone knows Denise, and I think that there's guilty knowledge from a party, even if maybe they didn't have the direct, you know, one party can be guiltier than the other. I will just put it this way, in my opinion. But I still don't know. I mean, always heavily speculating, um, because we have to. Because like the sheriff is so quiet, right? And so like the title says, how come he's struggling to ask for help from the federal bureau, right? Because we went over all like the bureaus. Thank you, little Miss Sharon. Thank you so much. We went over all the bureaus. We went over all of that stuff, right? So we know that there's like FBI field offices in each state that, kind of oversee. So the FBI is definitely connected, but we what we're asking for is for them to take over. But I don't know if it's like his ego or if it's because he's afraid to be exposed because he didn't handle this properly. Protocols and procedures matter. Sebastian's life matters. We need to find him, or is he just being a Cra-Dick? A Richard? I don't know. Oh, I wanted to clear something up too, just so you guys know, because they did paint like a loading zone thing right across the road, and so, but Seth didn't mind at all. He was closer to his truck, and he actually got clearance from the guy across, where he relocated to. And they said, yeah, you can park here, park your truck here, make yourself comfortable. So I think that's really, really cool and really, really nice. And good evening to you too, Denise. Sorry, guys, I took a really big drink of I'm drinking Pepsi. Um, hey, Babs, good to see you, Babs. Yeah, but it seems like today they did a great job. I wanted to pull it in. I will have to put it in from my phone, but I'll show you. If you guys didn't get a chance to look at, they're actually double sided. So on the one side you have Sebastian's missing flyer, and then you have the other side. Um, and I'll show you guys. I should have put them in before. Okay, you're just gonna see double Lady Freedoms. Hold on. Okay. Okay, guys. Sorry about that. I got it though. There we go. So there's the one side. I'll just kind of move this stuff around. But that's the other side of it. You see with the sun shining, above his head, which I think is so cute. That was a rainbow that I actually caught today when I went outside right after my live, actually. Whoa, Lady Freedom. Hold on a second there, buddy. I'm like really big on this. I don't know why they make them that big. I know I have, there we go. I was like, I know I have one that makes me small in the corner. Okay. So that is the signage, right? Really, really nice. Whoever made those signs did a beautiful job. So cute. Sebastian's little face, he's so cute, his smile. But yeah, we stand with Seth for Sebastian. There you go. So cute. It's so hard to see the thumbnails, so I always like to pull these in. I forgot to do that, so I apologize. Thanks for being patient, guys. Um, there must be someone higher than even the DA, maybe the governor of Tennessee. Yeah, we've been talking about that too. And I kind of made a list of the people. I put it in the description of some of the people we've been talking about lately. I want to make a video, just to make it easily accessible too. And I know Marsha Blackburn, Babs wrote to Marsha, and she wrote back and said they're aware. You know, but I agree, Casey Blue Eyes. We need to. I mean, we have to kind of go higher up. And again, I'm not super political as it is. Like I will catch some episodes of, and I watch different news outlets. I don't only watch one. I enjoy watching Fox News. I enjoy watching CNN sometimes. Sometimes I just laugh at NBC. Like some of the things that come out, and some of the things that come out even on Fox. I'm like, oh gosh, you guys are overboard. But I'm kind of, uh, I don't really like radicalism on either side, just to be honest. But I like to be practical. Hey, Tori Banks, good to see you. I was there at Sumner County Sheriff's Office from 8 to 10. I couldn't find Seth. Oh no. Oh, you know why? Because it starts at noon, or um because it started at noon. Oh, Tori, I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. Jeez. But yeah, he did. He starts at noon. I think the first day he was out there early, and I think it was 5 a.m. or excuse me, 5:30 a.m. Oh, well, thank you so much for going out there, Tori. Oh yes, little Miss Sharon. I'm sorry because there was double wait. I had double trouble up here. I don't know why it just automatically popped me up on stage though. Usually it doesn't do that. I had to turn off the mics and stuff on the other end. I sounded like I was probably like announcing for a baseball game or something. Little Miss Sharon. Denise says, y'all, my stir fried vegetables and shrimp was fabulous. Just saying, oh, I bet. Oh my gosh, that sounds so good. That sounds awesome. Awesome. I realized today, like by the time I got off my live, I was like, I didn't even eat today. I just drink coffee all day long. Um, Sometimes I forget though, because coffee does fill me up. Oh, BH, yes. Tori BHB posted that Seth got overheated yesterday and was running late. You probably just missed him, babe. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because see, that's another thing I was gonna say too. Thank you so much, Casey. Because I mean, it's so hot. You could tell. I should have pulled up a better picture because the first day Seth wasn't as tan, but I mean, I bet you he's got a farmer's tan like you wouldn't believe from sitting out there. I'm so glad he is though. But yeah, I just wanted to give that update too. He was comfortable by his truck and out there for Sebastian. Hey, perfectly imperfect boy mom, good to see you. Aw, thank you for the green hearts, Lori. Thank you so much. Yeah, a couple of things here. Hold on one second. There was something that I wanted to show you guys, and I completely forgot what I did with it. Let's see. Oh, that's right. I just wanted to re-show you guys. Okay, here we go. Hold on a second. because I showed this earlier, but I wanted you guys to see how it went over there in case you missed it, because I did an early show. This morning I'm gonna probably just do an all night and do early morning, because that way when everybody's there I can help mod for Jen if she goes live, because I think she's gonna go live. Um, if she doesn't, then at least I could, go wherever. But I'm thinking that'll be my plan for tomorrow. Okay, here we go. Oh, okay, I made myself really tiny. Okay, there we go, guys. I'm just gonna go ahead and play some of this from the demonstration.
Enforcement agency. Because anything that you happen to be over, I don't think is a real law enforcement agency. I mean, we know you're a coward. How you doing?
Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Another day here at the Sumner County Sheriff's Office, asking them to do something different to get different results. And if you don't know what that,
Sebastian.
yeah, if you don't know what that means, maybe, you need to be educated. What that means is that we want them to do something different.
Before they run their mouth.
We need somebody to do something different here. And that way we can bring Sebastian home, whatever that might be. There's something that they are not doing. There's something that they're not doing.
Give the case to the F.B.I., Cra-Dick.
They may be partnering with certain agencies, but
They need to give the case to the F.B.I.
right,
and wipe their hands of it.
yeah,
Instead of using my son's flyers to wipe themselves.
yeah. Hey,
My
guys.
son deserves better.
Hey, Jeff. Hey, babe. Jeff says, hey, Seth.
Hey, Jeff.
Okay, guys, I just want to pop in there. I love Jen so much. Good evening, Jen. Thank you for being here. She cracks me up so much. She's just like the sweet ray of sunshine that we need when Seth is upset, rightfully so. I'd be pissed off, guys. You'd be like, okay, we're gonna need to tone it down and rein me back in a bit. But no, I'm so glad you were there, Jen, because you really are just, the ray of sunshine here. And Seth needs everybody. I think it's so great, that he's out there and people are supporting him. However many people go, and all the support is needed. Perfectly Imperfect Boy Mom says, fun fact, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Seth said the back of the flag banner is Sebastian with the moon behind him from the night. Oh, he went missing. Oh, okay, because I thought it was the sunshine. Okay, hold on. Can I take this down for a second and keep it? Yeah, I can. Sorry. Oh, see, and then I always just pop in really big. I'm glad my face isn't actually there. Holy cow. All right, sorry guys. It's like, wow, Lady Freedom. Oh, I do see the moon. Okay, because remember when he was talking about Sebastian's, the sun coming through the clouds, and so I was like, oh, it's a sun. Like that's the first thing I thought. Thank you, Perfectly Imperfect Boy Mom. Fun fact, she says. Thank you for the correction. Oh, now I see it. Oh my goodness. I love that picture too. I just think they're picking the best pictures to put up to date ones, and just, big smiles, and yeah. Well, and I sure hope it softens, his heart. Cra-Dick, that is. Okay, sorry guys. Let me just make myself smaller. This one, no, I don't want that one. Sorry. I'd just be better off. There we go.
We got a couple of people that have come down throughout the day, just different people that are coming down to show their support.
Honk for Sebastian.
Not for Seth, but for Sebastian. For Sebastian. We're here for Sebastian.
I know where I'm at.
Yep.
I don't know where my son is.
Right. We're here for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. If you had a missing child, what would you do? You're going to sit around? Right.
My son hasn't done anything to be treated like you're treating him.
Where is Sebastian? That's all we want to know. Where is he? We just got to do something different, you know, to bring him home, whether that be an arrest or
They need to give
finding
the case to
him.
the
I mean,
FBI,
you know, finding him.
You know.
Where is Sebastian? Would you be sitting
Since
at
day
home and just
55, I've had a petition going to get the FBI to take this case over. Since day 55, I saw the corruption in this county. Day 55. Now we are at 18 months and 3 days.
That's all we want to know. Where's Sebastian? What can we do different to bring him home? What can we do different to bring him home? If you keep doing the same old, you're going to get the same old.
That's the definition of insanity.
I mean, it is.
It's
exactly.
expecting a different result.
Yeah, and anybody that don't understand that has got some insanity going on. And if the shoe fits, put it on. Put it on. Rock out with it.
Eat it.
Yeah, rock out. I don't get it either.
It's money.
Yeah,
You know.
it's the resources, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot deeper. You know, it's Kathy Bauer Sox paying them money. You know, Christopher Proudfoot
Allegedly.
runs his mouth so much.
Seth's
But I tell you
opinion.
what, I'm down here. He can come down here and run his mouth in my face.
Thank you. Thank
Honk
you.
for Sebastian.
I wish y'all could be down here too. It would be great. It would be great. We know it's last minute. We get
Tomorrow too.
yeah.
5 minutes, just 5 minutes.
Yeah,
of
just
your
5 minutes
time
of your time.
to come by and show your support for Seth. Just 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'll be out here tomorrow too. So
Come on down. We're just
honk for Sebastian.
honk for Sebastian or don't.
Missing 18 months, and your local sheriff won't do anything about it. You don't honk, you vote for corruption.
$18 months. Can you imagine if you had a child missing for 18 months? Don't know where they're at. Don't know if they're
Sheriff's
okay.
Department won't do anything about it. Shoot, their own child's mother won't do anything about it.
Please tell Seth upstate New York says, hey, stand strong. Oh, he's standing strong. Thank you so much for y'all's prayers, your support.
I appreciate it all.
Yeah, anything and everything. And, you know, it takes us all.
Watch out.
Prayers are powerful, especially when we come into agreement.
Honk for Sebastian.
Honk for Sebastian. Thank you.
Okay, guys, I just wanted to pop in and say to Casey, I'm so sorry, Casey. I just saw your comment, honey. I'm so sorry. My goodness. Thank you so much for being here. But you know what, guys, I do agree with Jen. I do. Okay, so what's the story you guys got me? Because of course, here I am thinking it's a son. Astrology for Mystics with Jen says Sebastian was born on a first quarter moon and went missing right after a full moon. Oh, the moon was full. See, and I didn't even think about like checking that for visibility until it was Chris on the mob crew that said that. Then I was like, oh, so because Katie's like, it was real dark, really dark, really dark, you know? And yeah, wow, that is really interesting. So, because it was a full moon. Oh man. Hey, Magic Star. Golly. Jen says his moon is in Aries, first quarter moon, and he went missing with the full moon in Virgo. I love that Virgo that you have. I think that's Virgo. Correct me if I'm wrong. That you have with the Justice. I put it on the thumbnails before. I might even still have it back here because I really like that. I thought that was so cool. I wonder if I do have it somewhere. I'll have to look. Yeah, because I know, but that is really interesting. So that ties in to the night that Sebastian went missing. My gosh. See, I love learning things like this, and I so appreciate you being here, Jen. Wow. Show Poodles, good to see you. Rock out with that shoe, honey. Hey, Joe. Hey. Oh, I couldn't fit the whole thing, so I had to just put Federal Bureau. I know it probably looks like Facebook, huh? Yeah. Yeah, because I couldn't put FBI because I couldn't fit it all into the title line. Like it only gives, I think it's 100 characters or 99 or something like that. But good to see you, Joe. Now that I look at it, I'm like, oh yeah, Federal Bureau probably does look like Facebook. Hey, Kiki. And Kiki says, no telling how early Seth will be there. Jeff and I are hoping to be there by 11. Okay, great. Yeah, Jen. And that's why I kind of wanted to do an earlier live just in case we get carried away with the conversation or something like that, you know. My heart breaks for Seth, says KC. I can't imagine his heartbreak, and it's darn cruel how they have treated Sebastian's case and Seth. Yeah, I feel like that too. I think that too, Casey, because it's not like they're very, very busy. They can dedicate some more time, some hours to this. Um, just trying to find clues. I don't understand the opposition. I still haven't fully processed through that, you know, but I do think it was mishandled from the beginning. Aw, that's so great. That is so great, Jen. Katie Proudfoot wears Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, says Denise. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Yay, Kiki. Yay, guys. You guys are awesome. I love that everybody is coming together. We do all need to come together. I did do, a live earlier about that. I think it's important. Leanne said that on MMO Tarot. Jen was in agreement. Like, we've all been saying that we need to get together. We do. It's really the only way. It's really the only way. Oh, what? Yeah, Joe. That's I mean, I've thought about that too. To be perfectly honest, I have. I've thought about, like what will they do differently? I think that there is a level of corruption that a lot of people think would maybe be uncovered, but I also think that they might have better technologies. I mean, if we look at this police station, in my opinion, and you know what, I don't like to bash anybody's hometown, where they live, any of that, because guess what, it's not about where you live, it's just about what you make of it, right? And people should be proud of where they come from, too. So I just I just think of it like this. I don't think that they have the type of resources um, to dedicate, and also it doesn't seem like they're putting forth the effort, and I think that's a big change too. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Because there's also this, Tender Years Act that we have set forth, and I mean, I think Sebastian fits the criteria. And we did talk about it earlier. I wanted to bring it up again, of course, but it's basically saying that if an individual has medical conditions and has circumstances that would prevent them from getting home safely, then the FBI can take jurisdiction. Basically, that's in a nutshell. And I read it all out earlier today in my live. If you'd just be so kind as to go watch that other live. They are longer streams, guys. I have to put it into chapters. I need to learn how to do that. But, you know, always feel free to skip around in the transcripts. And then I'll try to do some playlists. I really have been bad about that too. Hey, Magic Star. Good to see you, girl. And I'm sorry, prayers for you and your family. Peace. Oh, yes. Peace to Casey. Thanks, Perfectly and Perfect Boy Mom. You are such a sweetheart. Peace for you and yours, says Show Poodles. Thank you, Show Poodles. We love Casey. She's great. Denise says, I so love that they did this, and I've been watching the Sumner County Sheriff's Office Facebook page posts today, and the comments are full of criticism for the way Sebastian's case has been handled. People get it. Yeah, Denise, I think people feel comfortable voicing their opinions. That's why I don't necessarily always agree with a keyboard warrior statement, right? I mean, some people are just really, big asshats because they feel like they can be. I can really relate to, when we step out into the real world and we go to the grocery store, we go places, we're courteous, kind to each other. I hold doors open for people. It doesn't matter if it's a man that's like, towers over me and is a huge man. I hold the door open for him. Right, especially if someone's older than I am. I just feel like that's a sign of respect for your elders. That's just kind of how I've been raised. But, I mean, we just don't treat each other like some of the stuff that I've seen people say to each other on here is very horrible. I've said some horrible things too, I guess. But it's like, you wouldn't just say that in public, right? So that part of the keyboard warriors, I understand. But I think there's a lot to be said about the fact that people will go onto a social media platform and voice their opinion, because anywhere we can be a voice for Sebastian and represent him, I think we need to be right now. Seth is making a stand. I would be there and applauding Katie for doing the same thing. So Jen says the moon is in the background of his banner and is when he was born and not when he went missing. Okay. The moon is in the background of his banner is when he was born, not when he went missing. Thank you so much. That is very helpful information. I like learning stuff like that. And besides that, I also thought it was the sun. So there you go. Daisy Duke, thank you. Casey, you will be in my prayers. I'm so sorry. My deepest condolences. Thanks, Daisy Duke. Joe says, gotcha. I thought it was that or Facebook. Well, now that I know that there's so much controversy swirling around on Facebook, Joe, I don't know. Maybe people will think maybe it's got a double meaning. But I was like, oh, I can't put it all in there. But Federal Bureau, I guess, is all right. I only needed like one more character too. That's the hell of it. Like, oh, thank you, Robini. I'll look at it. Thank you so much. I was so busy, guys, but I also wanted to hop on here again and just talk with you guys and show this again, because I didn't know if the night crowd had seen it, or if they had a chance to go watch the replay, or if you guys were just waiting for for me to come up here tonight. So And again, I always find new things to talk about every time I um, review, anything. So Jen says I will clarify the moon in the background tomorrow. You guys, if I hear it's a sun, I'm gonna be like, oh, both of you's in your face. Wait, who was it? Perfectly imperfect boy mom. I'd be like, Nana, 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 I'm right. No, I'm just teasing you guys. That's too funny. Either way, it's beautiful. I mean, when I saw that, I was like, that is so sweet and nice and beautiful for Sebastian. Perfectly imperfect boy mom. If I find out it's the sun, I'm gonna get you guys. It's the only way. That's the only way we can do it, Jen. I know. I feel that. Because it doesn't help for us to fight with each other. It really doesn't. We just shouldn't do it. Um, you know, the good thing is that so many people love and care about Sebastian. I mean, that is one thing that I've really witnessed across the board. Like even in some of the hate channels, I've noticed people saying things like he needs to be found, and so I mean, I'm just gonna say that I think genuinely we do have so many people who care, and that's great. And every time, we have a stressful situation, anger is misplaced in some direction or another. There's been times where I've misplaced my anger, and then there's been times where I've thought, oh my gosh, am I misplacing my anger? And then I'm like, no, no, it's just, it's directed in the right place. Sumner County Sheriff's Office. Oh, speaking of which, Pig Fest. Yeah, that's another one. I'm like, am I overreacting? No, I don't think so. Kiki says I want to get T-shirts made like that sign, and we can wear them to Pig Fest. Yeah, the ones with the sunshine. See, now I'm saying sunshine. So I'm sorry, the moon. The moon. I'm still gonna say it's the moon until we find out otherwise. Um, yeah, yeah, I would love that. Even the where's Sebastian Rogers? I think that is so cool. We have got to bring awareness. you know it's a 3-day event, so that's even more time for more awareness. um Good night, Denise, thank you so much for being here. Good night, girlfriend. And perfectly imperfect boy mom, at the very least, Joe, it will make people think who is protecting the children in the community. Yeah, well, and that's the thing, we want to think about that. We have to, because it's every kid out there. If we really don't know, which we really don't know, we need to protect all the kids, because there could be a lunatic, because there could be someone who lures someone on, off the internet, even though I don't believe that that's the case here. But I mean, even so, if they're relaxed about this case, then they're going to be relaxed about another case. If they're just going to want to sit around all day, and what do they do all day up there? I just want to know. It's like, the bring your daughter to work day. I just want to sit up there with Cra-Dick for the day. Oh my gosh. That's scary. I'm going to be careful what I wish for. Um, yeah, shining a light on the problems, little Miss Sharon. And the thing is it's just so odd. Why would a mother not want to be a part of something like this, or independently doing it? Because again, I can't fault anybody for not getting along. Everybody has those people that you just, it's probably best that you don't, you know, try to kumbaya with. I understand that. But if you have a common goal, that's one thing that can bring people together for a good cause. And you don't have to even necessarily do it together. You can do it independently, if that makes sense. Get your group together and do something positive. But they'd rather just, watch everybody doing something positive and then, make fun of it or something. I don't know. Joe says, I think SCSO and Cra-Dick know exactly what happened, just like we do. And KP said he'll never be found. Yeah. I agree with that. I think they do know just because they're going to have way more information than we have, and we've kind of come to that conclusion. So I think that's true. I think there's even some things that they know that we don't know, obviously, because they're the investigators and the detectives on the case. It's their jurisdiction; they have the case. But yeah, um, the fact that Katie's not looking shows me that she knows more as well. Show Poodle says you don't need sophisticated technology to make a call to Seth. No, you don't. You don't. Not at all. Not at all. That's really huge because I mean, and not one of them would acknowledge Seth. That was kind of really annoying. Now I did see a couple of people driving by that was waving. We'll see it. Um, Magic Star says even if it's accomplices, nothing more than keeping Sebastian's name out there. I respect Seth's need to feel like he's being proactive. I respect that too because I would feel better doing something than nothing, right? Magic Star, because I agree, like praying and everything like that. Jen was saying that too. It's great to pray and to get together, and but you also have to do more. That was also said. During that awful school shooting in Minneapolis. I believe Father said that, or maybe it was one of them that came up to speak. But he's talking about how it's always wonderful to pray, but we also have to take action, and that's important. Because God will help us; He'll do it through us. But we can't sit on the couch, or do whatever. We have to do something. Um, And if you're sitting there, you could email. Like that's another thing. I want to get people's emails to everybody. A lot of these sites, though, I will say that I've been on, you actually just have to go to the site and type in your information, like the local news site and stuff like that. So that's how it was here. Yeah, Seth is awesome. I am on Seth's side no matter what, also, Joe. I am. I am because he's out there doing it for Sebastian. Hey, Hope Floats. You know what I mean? He's up there doing it for Sebastian. Jen says, I agree. I think there are 3 to 5 people who were involved, but maybe one who knows what happened with the. Yeah, I know. Well, here's the thing. I think there's 3 or 5 people involved, or just have the knowledge of and helped, like accomplices. Like Star was saying. Adam Forever 21 says Sumner County Sheriff has let time and evidence get away over time, and he needs to be sued for it. He needs accountability somehow. I know. Yeah, he needs to be held accountable somehow. I agree with that, Adam Forever 21. Um, my biggest problem is that he won't admit that he just needs to give it up, right? So they can take a fresh set of eyes on it. I mean, 18 months, 18 months is a long time. I mean, and for nothing, for no results. And that's another thing they were talking about too in the live. The definition of insanity is doing something over and over and over again, right? The same thing over and over and over again, and expecting something different to happen, expecting different results. That's enough to drive somebody mad, right? And maybe that's why they are mad. Like literally mad, not crazy. But I feel like it is crazy because I'll tell you, I would honestly, hey meow, um, you know, it would drive me nuts if I couldn't get to an answer, and then if I had, say, resources like the FBI and the Secret Service and the U.S. Marshals that I could invite in to help me solve something, I would gladly take it. And maybe that's just me, But by all means, if I'm not an expert, I mean, that's why I watch people like Deception Detective, right? Because he's trained in statement analysis, because he's smarter than me at that, right? So when you're looking for knowledge, you're always looking to find someone who's smarter than you, right? You don't look for people who are dumber than you, right? I mean, come on. He's being very stubborn. I'm very stubborn too, Sheriff Snuggy Struggy. I'm very, very, very stubborn. So, Little Miss Sharon. Like, I love you, Little Miss Sharon. That's awesome. She says, oink. And I mean, and Chris is making me not like pigs, and I think pigs are cute. And now he's making me think, damn it, Pig Fest. I just want to go there and see, all of the people and remind them while they eat their ribs that Sebastian's still missing. But yeah, I mean, I do. I think it's ego. I think it's a fear. I think it's him being a dick, a Richard, um, also known as a prick. Joe, the first thing Sumner County Sheriff's Office can do differently is to be honest with Seth. They don't have just to disclose the case info, but they shouldn't lie to him either. Yeah, they should update him regularly to start. Yeah, I think I think that the regular updates would be good, and you have to don't promise something that you can't deliver on. And that's another thing. And I'm not telling them how to do their job. And I know you're not either, Brenda. It just, but I agree. You have to be honest first, because the minute that the person that you're speaking to finds out that you're being dishonest, I mean, depending on what it is, they might not hold it against you forever, but they're not going to trust you the same like they did to begin with. I mean, that's just me too. Like, once you break my trust, it's hard for me to trust you again. Hey, Holly S., good to see you. So I mean, that's the problem. Lori says, amen, Brenda. I mean, oh, Lucas Lilly has been found and is home safe. Oh, that is really good news, Town Chat Cafe. Thank you. I know. I thought about that too, Adam Forever 21. Yeah. A lawyer fund for Seth, like a pit bull lawyer, a bulldog lawyer for Seth. I think he's just so focused on finding him right now, guys, too. Um, ugh. I heard that too, Kiki, that the U.S. Marshals offered help. I mean, I know they were there in the beginning. See, all these agencies were involved in the beginning. Like the first 7 days, they were involved, right? They scaled back the search. Then they had the landfill search. Then they ramped up a search at the end of March. Did that last press conference. Now, in my opinion, they did that because the United Cajun Navy came to town. And they were really looking like, what do you guys, what are we doing here? Right? But in my opinion, they're handling all the evidence in this case, and that makes me really nervous. You know? Makes me really nervous. Joe says, Brenda, I don't think they have anything. Well, I mean, and it does make me think, Joe, I mean, what if they had evidence, but they, don't have it anymore? It's worrisome. Those are the things that I don't like to think about at all. I don't even like to say it out loud because it sounds nuts that, an agency would do something to deliberately screw with the integrity of the investigation. I don't ever want to think that that's a possibility. But I'm starting to think it is here because, like I said, any decent person would have brought that man some water. At least offered it. I understand that he had, he had prepared himself for everything and had a cooler and stuff, but still. That's just me. I like to see people doing nice stuff. Shout out to the bail bondsman across the street that allowed for Seth to demonstrate peacefully. Robini says, "How would they feel if if it was their child? Have some empathy." I know, I know. I can't even imagine. I can't imagine not being able to say that to somebody, and it's horrible. If they did say, "Don't say anything," which that's just alleged. I feel we should all help out with a lawyer as well. I mean, I wonder who they could bring in that would be able to help. I'm just worried because lawyers they like, oh, this is horrible. I'm sorry to any lawyers out there, guys. I'm not trying to be hateful, but lawyers are a money pit. It's like they take the money, and I'm just worried. I just don't want that to, I just don't want good money to go for bad. And I'm not saying all lawyers are bad, but some of them are liars. Astrology for Mystics with Jen. Jen, good night. Thank you so much. Hugs and kisses to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And to Jeff, too. You guys are awesome. What a nice couple, guys. Just very sweet, good people helping. I love the people that help. Ann Reynolds says, I would try to get a shirt if someone gets them and wear it around town of Franklin, North Carolina. Oh, Ann, that's fantastic. Go way out to Cherokee, North Carolina. I will whenever I go, I'll wear it in North Carolina. All right, Miss Ann. Well, I'll tell you. And Jen, if you're still, well, see, that was 10 minutes ago. I'll text Jen and see about t-shirts. We do need to get some t-shirts going, guys. We do. And then wear them around. You're right. Momming It Up had a really cute idea. She had Sebastian's missing flyer put on a tote bag, and then she carried it around. And I'm like, that is such a good idea. Because people do ask about it, Thank you, little Miss Sharon, for dropping that link. Hey, keep up the chatter. Good to see you. Thank you for hitting that like button. Thank you. I was laughing because earlier I was telling people to say hola to the like button. Hey, Poppy Love, good to see you. And Joe says CP said he won't be found in their. Yes, yeah. This will be his case that's studied or whatever. There's our baseline now, and in evidentiary breakthrough is basically someone confessing. Yeah, I see what you're saying there, Joe. Yeah, yeah, because he did say that. He said, Chris says this is a case that will be studied. He also said that he poof disappeared like a ninja, that sort of thing, right? I agree that would be a good starting point. Well, he said it. He said it several times. He has said it actually several times. Now, at every evidentiary breakthrough would be someone confessing. I don't know how to, facilitate that with as many people I think that are kind of involved in this. I honestly think that's why Chris and Katie haven't really split up, in my opinion, because they're kind of stuck with each other, like if they both have guilty knowledge, it's questionable. Oh my goodness. Robini. Oh, I'm sorry, Poppy. Love to hear you're not feeling well. Oh. I know that I hope you feel better soon too. I know that, like, I think COVID is going around. A lot of people said they're coming down with COVID. I hope everybody stays safe for that. Brenda says, I think Seth would have way more respect for them if They just said we didn't handle this right in the beginning and apologize. Yeah, they're ignoring leads, ignoring Seth. I agree with that, Brenda. I think that like transparency is a really big thing, especially when it comes to people that have missing loved ones, because they just want to know what's going on. And a little kindness can go a very long way, I think. A very long way. Oh, yes, Sugar Magnolia, we will definitely. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry, hon. I must have missed your comment up there. Um, Always praying for you guys, though. Always praying for our friends here, our dragon family, dragon tribe. Denise says that's the thing and why I feel the way I do. I can't look logically at the situation and see any alternative other than corruption, and I have a very hard time with that. Well, it is tough, right? It's really hard to even imagine, Denise, in my opinion, you know? Just give it up already. Exactly. But yeah, I mean, especially when you have somebody who um oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm glad you're here, Sugar Magnolia. I'm so sorry. Gosh, I'm sorry today wasn't a great day for everybody. Um, the one that says, "Where is Sebastian Rogers? They cannot kick us out for wearing a shirt." Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I would love to wear that one. Yeah, the green flag. Everybody needs to know. Sumner County Sheriff's Office needs to show proof where they aren't handling it over file complaints. Yeah, and I think that's really good too. Like I said, I really do want to write letters to all of these people, send them out an email. If some people are good on the phones. Like if you're good on the phone and you've done, any type of sales, call center stuff, definitely give a call over the phone. We got to hone in all of our skills. And I think it's a good thing, you know. And again, guys, you catch more flies with honey than vinegar. We got to be nice, represent Sebastian, well. Yes. Casey says, Kiki, exactly, Bay. Wear those t-shirts well. Aw, that's so cute. Yeah. Um, they can't stop that, and I mean, are they gonna like it necessarily? No, probably not, but that's okay. They can not like it all day. Star says, yeah, not me. Not me wanting to make a Piglet t-shirt to cross-reference their Pigfest and Disney trips. I like Piglet too much. Poor Piglet. We have to be, yeah, we can't bring Piglet into this, although that is funny. Puppy love, that doesn't surprise me. I already figured he'd do some stuff like that. Oh. Well, see, that's why I wasn't even shocked, Adam Forever 21. I wasn't even that shocked about what Lolly and Blue Eyes have been talking about on the panel. I just saw that and I thought, oh, okay, here we go. Sent it over to Jen. That's what we talked about on MMO's panel too, mostly when I was up. Um, because my lord, and boy was, and like I said, her take on Emmanuel Haro's case is very interesting, because like I said, she was explaining some of the behind the scenes goings on that I didn't know about. And so I said, oh, that's what happened there. So let's hope and pray he's finally home before then. I hope so. I hope so, Town Chat. I really, really do. The facial recognition stuff we were talking about too a little bit. I don't really understand that piece of it. He says yes. I'll do some research to find out where to get them mad, or excuse me, get them made. Excuse me, here in Nashville. Very cool. Okay, Kiki, let us know. Um, Yeah, because I'll definitely advertise for somebody like that. Like if they have a card or, you know, however they like to do it. If they have a website that we order from, however. Shirts that say FBI open up. Adam Forever 21. Yes. FBI, we need your help. Please, calling the FBI. Calling the FBI. Well, the FBI in 2025 isn't interested in ending corruption. They are helping cover up the Epstein files and God knows what else. You know, I will say that, Joe, like, because when you said that, I thought that is a good point. Because they do. They do. I mean, it's been CYA ever since the Epstein files, you know, were even, you know, something to think about or talk about. Definitely. And by CYA, I mean cover your ass. Poppy love it. Okay, I give. Oh, Adam, that would be a good one. Says Star. Brenda Calvert, the sheriff's homes and changing names on the properties is very concerning and haven't heard an explanation for that. Yeah, I haven't heard an explanation for that either. I think we could get the flyers for Sebastian. Poppy, I'm so sorry you're having trouble typing. I know what you're saying though. Yeah. I mean, like I said, we can pin him to our shirt with the clothespin or two, you know? Brenda Calvert, exactly. I wonder how long till it'll happen. Poppy love. I know what you said. I know what you meant. Uh, I mean, I Casey, I am gonna say I am appalled by it. You know what I mean? Like I am appalled by them just ignoring a father out there. I really am. You know, Sumner County sheriffs are lower than low, heartless for sure. I mean, my lord. Shirts that say my ass. Yes. Oh my goodness. I want to say that to America's Most Wanted. I was revved up about them the other day. Oh my, I was mad at them. I still am. I'm not gonna watch that show ever again. Dog said that they needed to get the marshals when he came on or couldn't understand why they wouldn't. I do remember that, Brenda. I do. I do. You're absolutely right. Plus, it's frustrating, Star says, to see how LE can find info surrounding Austin Drummond's case so rapidly, with which is a great thing, yeah. But another part of Tennessee, LE can't even barely speak on Sebastian's case. Well, you know, it's interesting that you say that, Star, because there was another case that was from 1967, I believe. Let me check my notes. But yeah, 1967. Pauline Pusher, uh, February 2024, they exhumed her body, but they're not worried about Sebastian. Are they waiting? It's like, what are they waiting for? Because time is of the essence. It always has been from the minute that he was reported missing. Joe says the U.S. Marshals are busy with immigration cases. Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. They are. And I hate to say it, but I don't know that this would be a trafficking issue. I'm not trying to shut any type of theory down, but it's just hard for me. I don't put my focus there. I should put it that way. But I can't rule it out. But I mean, US Marshals I think would be more of, I think we need to get them involved and, figure out if anybody that they find maybe in that situation, if they've seen Sebastian. I thought that was a good idea on his part. um Poppy says Brenda, allegedly mortgage fraud in South Carolina, or excuse me, Sumner County. That one is the piece of the police department was investigating and had evidence, not saying he did anything wrong, but the evidence was picked up. Not sure if it was TBI. Interesting. I went to college in Nashville and lived there for many years. My friends are there are just as appalled as we are. Oh, really, Casey? Oh, see, that's interesting too. I just don't see how you could look at Sebastian's case and not be appalled. You know, like it does question, it does bring somebody's character into question when I think and see it. Think about it and see it, you know. Anne says, I know one, but he is very expensive, and if he is still alive, he defended OJ and got, you know what he did for OJ. His name was Racehorse Haynes, is all I knew him by. Wow. Well, you know, it would be a civil, it would be a civil lawsuit, Miss Anne. So I'm thinking that they would need to bring like a really, like a shark of a civil attorney in. But I wouldn't necessarily hire anybody in Sumner County. I mean, you know, I agree with that, Magic Star. It's almost like you can tell who's doing their job right. Yeah, that's a great idea on Canvas tote bag. Yeah, perfectly imperfect. I mean, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, that is such a cute idea. And I mean, like a canvas tote bag, you can like carry that around. I mean, you could even put your purse into it. Um, if this were a democratic city's country, state, the National Guard would be there looking useless. Well, and I mean, I know the National Guard came in also. Like they all came in. That's what's crazy to me is that they all came in, you know, they all have knowledge of Sebastian's case. They all spent countless hours searching, and then going over and searching again. Um, I don't know. They don't got squat on Seth, and they won't release him because they know if they do, Seth can go to extreme measures. Then, I mean, they are holding him in that, they are pigeonholing Seth into, you know, into that category, in my opinion too. You know, because for the longest time, you know, I really thought Adam Forever 21 that, you know, they didn't want to tip off the actual persons of interest, but that doesn't seem to be the case. They should be, or excuse me, they should have to put pressure on them day one. I think they would have gotten a confession, or at least one throwing the other under the bus, in my opinion. Brenda, I think that they do need to keep people, and Seth brings this up, you know, whoever was with the child last until they talk, because they know more. It's historically accurate, especially when there was nothing tampered with on the exterior of the house. None of the doors were left unlocked. None of the windows were left open, things like that. That's why I kind of rule things out so easily. Um, Joe says the TBI state AG, right? Attorney General, FBI, Department of Justice, nothing happened. Nothing happening to them. Yeah, well, and I just really, really want to start writing them in the Department of Justice as well. You know, with the weight supposedly the family has in the county and their pig fest love, you would think uh, they'd use a perfect opportunity to promote Sebastian. I agree, KC Blues. Why do they not want to promote this child being missing? I mean, I get it. It puts pressure on the police officers, but if they're doing all they can, then they can reassure the public of that and be like, "Hey, I stand with you. Thank you for being out here. We really appreciate your determination in finding this young man, you know?" Oh, Tori Banks, thank you so much for being a member for 5 months. Um, what time Sebastian will be there tomorrow? I'm working. Oh, or excuse me, what time will Seth be there tomorrow? I'm working. Um, I believe 11 Jen will be there. So at least Jen and Jeff will be there. Patel is busy covering for Trump's crimes, most likely. Joe. We wrote to Patel never reached back out to me. I'm a little perturbed with him. I'll give you that. I'll say that much. We'll just say that much about Mr. Patel, because I mean, I've tried. I even, read the letter out, begging him on my channel. Maybe I should have sent the link over. But yeah, I tried to get a hold of him on Twitter. Oh. Like in Tennessee. Sorry. Don't be sorry, Kiki. I know. I know. Oh, you at work right now, Tori? Oh my goodness. Have a good night at work. Oh, the local media. Yes. Oh, Tuesday morning. Oh, Tori. I'm sorry. Hey, Andrea. I'm sorry you keep missing them. U.S. Marshal Service is busy with immigration enforcement. I agree with that. They have heightened up a lot of efforts, right? And then also the National Guard is being sent over. Like I think I heard. Well, I know it was Washington, wasn't it? And then Chicago. Like they're deploying resources within the United States. So yeah, Joe, you're absolutely correct. From what I've heard, you know. Um, oh, thank you, Tori, for being here. Was it the FBI or was it the sheriff's department that picked up evidence? That's what I'm wanting to find out. Poppy, that's a good question. That's a really good question. Because I would assume it would be all of these agencies, right, working in tandem to present any evidence and all evidence that they're, accumulating, right? And then they all come together, right? Like a meeting of the minds or something. But I mean, all of those resources, they had that whole command center up at the Shackle Island Fire Department, like right there, right? Um, oh, I don't know. Joe says law and justice are meaningless words unless, excuse me, until 2029. I mean, I really, really, really do think that we need to still write to the president. I do. And the first lady. Let's see what they can do. You know? Um I want to see what they'll do. Either really good or bad depending on who picked up the evidence. Okay, I'm going to put my put down my phone. Poppy, I know. I know. I hear you. Perfectly says, why you gotta get so political? I know, and I'm not political, like I'm not that much, you know what I mean? So I'm always like, oh, interesting concept. Like I always just listen to what everybody says. I know politics can be a little bit, heavy subjects, religion, that sort of thing. Hey, Kentucky for Life. Kentucky for Life says the U.S. Marshals have a children's division. Oh, okay, cool. Thank you so much. All right, they have a children's division. I will look into that because I have a few other things that I was gonna look into um as well. So but I want to put it in the right spot here. Um the Children's Division, US Marshals. Yeah, US Marshals Service, Children's Division. Great. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. Andrea says, "Hey Joe." Hey, Joe. All right. Brenda says that clip of the news with the retiring DA Whitley said that there's more work to do on Sebastian's case and we need to pray pisses me off. Just retire and just praying isn't getting it done, in my opinion. Well, he said that he promised. I shared Smiley's because she did. She went off about that. I was like, whoa, lady. Um, yeah, but she's right, and people remember things like that. They just do. They remember. And yeah, I wanted to play that clip in there too, um, Brenda, because yeah, he said they were going to, right? He said he was going to get it done. He knows there's work to be did, but where's he at? Um, because they didn't do it to begin with, in my opinion. Robini says, well, like Emmanuel's case, they have proof they lied and they walked out of LE, even said no evidence he ever left the house. So false report and why no arrest? Well, and that's the thing. It doesn't make sense, Robini, at all. But Sheriff Cra-Dick expects us to deal with it. Just, be happy with the status quo. And I'm so glad that Seth is not accepting that. Cameras prove that they lied just like Emmanuel's parents. I agree, Robini, totally. You know, I really, really hope that things change in that regard. I don't know what it is that we can do to help with that, Joe. I don't know how we can make them care more. I know a lot of those people do get into that position. Why do we let people who act like assholes participate? All right, okay, guys, we got order in the chat, please. Order in the chat. Be nice to each other and respectful. Wait, what? Good to see you. Wait, what? I just saw wait, what come in here. Trump derangement. I know. Well, I mean, no, and I think that everybody, can have their own opinions, guys, but in the same way, be respectful. We got to think that if we reach out to the higher ups, that they're gonna hopefully help us out a little bit, seeing as they're the ones that can. But I don't like to get too negative because then I feel like I have no hope, right? I want to have a little bit of hope. Oh, Adam Forever 21, that's really great. Thank you for sharing something positive too. Out of a negative, is what we're really talking about here. But when my son died, our police and investigators were always calling me and updating me. See, and that's the kind of thing that we expect to see, right? That's the thing that we expect to see. Guys, be respectful to each other in the chat. I know we have differences of opinion, but and show poodles, we don't want you to leave. But it's like you would expect a level of compassion. I think people start out like becoming I think when somebody joins, okay, so like Joe's saying, this Department of Justice, right? When somebody thinks of that, when you're young, or you're in college, or you're going for whatever it takes to become that, right? Probably criminology or something. I'm not sure what the credentials are. Your heart's in the right place, right? A lot of the times when people become police officers, their hearts are in the right place. But there's good and bad in everything, There's good and bad in everything. So it's like, sure, there's going to be people that are going to take that badge and be corrupt with it. There's people that are going to take that badge and do, what the police officer did for that, sweet lady that was attacked at Walmart, and they're going to do what's right. So, no, well, and not everybody's going to do what's right. It's I mean, just not. But when people don't do what's right, we got to stand together. We got to, because it's not even like a difference of opinion. It's where's Sebastian? He's out there somewhere. That's one thing for certain, right? And we talked about that earlier. But yeah, and I'm it's probably my fault too, guys, for bringing in the politics. But I do think that we need to write to the higher ups. We have to. It's kind of like we're at their mercy, so to speak. We're at their mercy. We really don't have any place else to go but up, right? We don't want to go down, so we got to go up. And we got to do it together. Okay, so now I'm gonna play this next clip of Seth, and we'll discuss.
I've had people come by and videotaping me earlier today.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they didn't get out.
Well, It doesn't surprise me. It doesn't
either.
surprise me.
Watch out.
They'd rather have those clicks and views and grift.
Honk for Sebastian.
The grifter that calls another grifter. Okay.
Yeah, that one needs to clean her toilet. And they use the same brush to scrub her mouth.
Yeah. Potty
They're
mouth.
both nasty.
Yeah. Here. Got to do something positive.
That they live in this county, they enjoy it.
I know.
You know.
It's the weirdest thing, man. Weirdest thing. Emailing, sending letters, leaving voicemails. We will get him. Yes, thank you so much. Yep. Power of prayer. Power of prayer. But we can't just sit around and
Watch out.
hold up prayer hands.
Honk
You
for
got to do
Sebastian.
something. You can't just sit by idle. I don't think anybody would sit idle with a whole kid missing, except the people that don't care. Hi. Praying. Yes, ma'am.
Fiery toot over here.
You know, a lot of people are just stuck up. I don't know. I don't get it.
Well, they don't want
Their
to
kid's
say
not
hi to me.
missing. That's why. Honk for Sebastian.
Honk for Sebastian.
They just, I don't know.
Well,
Yeah,
they're
want to go to the pig fest though. Let's go to the pig fest.
right across from here.
No, I'm not talking about us. She's like, no.
Honk for Sebastian.
Thank you. Oh man. Yeah, we're not going to be able to stay long live today, but I did want to come down here for a little bit, show some support while I'm in town, and just hope that other people are going to show up for Seth. Thank you.
Appreciate it. God bless you.
You too.
Keep yourself safe.
I'm assuming you've heard about Sebastian.
Yes.
We talked to
She
her.
came
Oh,
by
okay.
and we prayed earlier.
Thank you. Well, that was nice. She came and prayed with you? That's good. That's good. Yeah, they could be having their air conditioning on. I mean, it doesn't.
It's a nice day.
It is a very nice
outside
day.
and have their lunch out here. I mean,
Yeah.
it's nice. It's not too hot. There's a little bit of a breeze. They could absolutely come outside and enjoy the weather.
Do you mind holding this? I'm going to get some water. Just don't hold it on.
Yeah.
Because we all know that they're not going to invest.
On for Sebastian.
Pour a bottle of water all over it. But I'm pretty sure that she'd melt.
This is an interesting statistic, guys. 2024, the U.S. Marshal Service was requested in 1,120 cases. 706 children were found. Wow.
Honk for Sebastian.
Honk for Sebastian.
At least he waved.
Oh no, that's Hendersonville.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Maybe he would honk. Honk for Sebastian.
He probably goes.
Yeah,
he
they
probably
can
goes
hear.
to the poker. You know.
Yeah. The poker game.
Yeah, the poker game.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
Yeah. Well, we all know that Chris and Katie are a bunch of gamblers. Sorry, I like to keep what I have.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know how I feel about that. I would love to take you, but you won't go. Rat.
To a poker game?
Yeah, because, I mean,
When I play cards, you might as well just go ahead and be like, all right, Seth's going to win because and then she gets mad because I won't go.
Me and Jeff want to take you so we can, win some money. He's like, no, I'm not doing that.
I don't gamble. I play for fun. I gamble enough with my life.
Yeah, that's the truth. There's school bus. School.
I think Jeff's at work tonight or at work today, right? Jeff, they're asking where Jeff is.
Oh yeah, he's at work.
Guys, if you guys are close by, an hour away, Kentucky, even Alabama, if you're in northern Alabama, that's not that far of a drive.
It's really not. Come on.
It's not.
I'll be here tomorrow.
If you're local to Sumner County, you should definitely be out here. Put some sunglasses on, put a hat on if you're scared. They can't do anything because you're out here holding up a sign. We're being peaceful.
Sumner County.
Yeah, like Seth said, there's no permit to protest.
Across the street from them. Now they do come out they look out that window every time somebody rings that bell. They've gotten to the point that they're looking out the window to make sure it's not me. Because they won't let me in. That's how you can tell.
Town chat Jen crashed out. She's in bed.
Yeah.
Not armed. I mean, I got two of them, but I'm not carrying anything.
The people in the area are scared. I think a lot of people in the area are scared because of retaliation. There's a lot of corruption, in my opinion.
If that's what you think, yeah. For Sebastian.
But put some sunglasses on and come out here if you're local. This is your community. If you're local, you should be here. It could be your child.
Ice cream.
It's an attorney.
Absolutely.
Sorry, I'm not very good at this. I don't usually stream. I usually watch you guys stream. So I'm trying.
Hey, Pink Warrior.
I mean, you're doing more than the sheriff is.
Well, that's sad. That's really sad.
You want to sing a song for Sebastian on the mic? Okay, you don't have to.
You see that look that she gave you? I think you should really just dump a bottle of water on her and see if she melts into a puddle.
I pray the same thing every day.
Mom for Sebastian.
But there is a child missing and he's not doing anything about it. And that's why we need people to come out here and support Seth for Sebastian so that they can hand it over to somebody more experienced. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sebastian matters.
Thank you.
Because this could be your child one day that's missing. So you should be out here supporting your community.
Mom for Sebastian.
For Sebastian.
I don't believe that. Kentucky for life.
There's the Gallatin police right there, blocking an intersection.
What's he doing?
I don't know. He's blocking an intersection.
Maybe he's reading the flyer. Maybe he's new to the department and he's reading Sebastian's flyer.
Positive, Polly. I love it.
Basic driving skills. Say don't block an intersection.
Insert sarcasm. Not really positive, just sarcastic.
As long as I'm big enough to fit, you can insert. Honk for Sebastian! That dragonfly is all day today.
Town chat says, so would the U.S. Marshals still be able to help find Sebastian if he was taken out of the U.S.? Who would they be able to connect with outside the U.S.? Do you know? It would be the embassies, I would think. It would be the the U.S. embassies within the different countries. That would be my, to the best of my knowledge and understanding, town chat. Yeah, that's a good question, though. And Kentucky for life. I do not think Sebastian is dead. I really hold on to hope that he's not. You know what I mean? I still don't know, guys. I mean, I think I kind of have it figured out based on the flashlight video and, what I'm seeing there, that, somebody came into the neighborhood in the middle of the night with the car, right? Um, two light sources, one goes back, the whole deal. But I can't say that he's still with us either. I don't know, but I'm gonna hold on to hope as long as I don't know. Um, so Jen saying allegedly sounded like your intro. Lady Freedom GA64, that's hilarious. Yes, yes. She's so funny in the background. Seth's over there, and he should. I'm glad he's getting it out. I'm glad that he's able to voice his concerns, and But Jen is funny. Allegedly. See, Taylor, so nice to see you. Seth is a warrior. Yeah, he is. He's Sebastian's voice. He's advocating for his son. Um, but no, I don't. And guys, please don't say, like, just be respectful. Seth comes in the chat, and I don't want him seeing anything like that. To me, that's disrespect. um we can say met with foul play, and we can all understand what that means, right? We don't have to be graphic, please. I mean, because it does. It breaks my heart too, and I get it. We want to look at these cases like factually, professionally. I understand that, but also I think we can be as respectful as possible, please, please. The embassy, Brenda. That's what I'm thinking, right? We got 2 votes for the embassy. But really good question, though, because we don't know, right? We just don't know. And like I said, the stuff with at night, I'm not sure what to think. I'm just not sure what to think. Yeah, I stand behind too, Kentucky for life, for sure. For sure. Yeah. Because I wouldn't want anybody dashing my hope either. And I wouldn't want, I don't always like to think the worst either. I try to think, positively. I think Sebastian's case needs a do-over, and I mean, go back to the very beginning. I totally believe there's something with the last one to see a missing person. Yeah, I agree with that, Kathy. She knows something, in my opinion. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Town chat says, Lady Freedom. That's because uh, that's because Town Chat's all up all night watching Lady Freedom, searching online and posting the video and posters of Sebastian on Facebook groups and sleuthing all night. That's funny. Town Chat, thank you. I appreciate your sleuthing. CP said that was one of the two options for what he thought happened to Sebastian. Yeah, that bothered me a lot, Brenda. That bothered me a lot. That was the first time I'd ever heard him say something like that. And for that not to be a red flag, I'm like, So how I go about sending that video to the embassies? I guess. Let me take a look here. If I just say, I mean, you would have to probably go like country by country, like, how do I send information to embassies? I mean, it brings me to a bunch of stuff that just says like Smart Traveler Enrollment Program and different things like that. I think that's more for like passports. I don't know, Town Chat. I'll have to figure that out. I'm not sure where we would send that to, to get it to the right person, get it to the right people. Or maybe their government. Sabrina says, hi, lady and mods, chat. I've had the flu. Oh, no, Sabrina. But I'm feeling a bit better now. I also, with Seth, Sebastian is alive, heading back to the bushes. Yay, Sabrina. Thank you for coming out and letting us know how you feel about it. Yeah, guys, I always want you guys to, feel comfortable chatting and everybody, being comfortable to chat. But we got to be respectful and kind to each other and, not be oppositional. If you know it's bugging somebody, don't continue on, please, because that's not nice. We all got to be adults here. And, we don't have a lot of drama in the chat, though. We're pretty good with no drama in the chat. Everybody has a bad day, too. I always consider that as well. If it, Little Miss Sharon says, yes, Lady Freedom, that's where I am too with the flashlights. Yeah, look, I know. I mean, that's the thing. And they're saying they said that nothing was tampered with. Where I'm just going off of what they've said. You know, in my opinion, he is the Joker and the way he talks and uses reverse psychology. So in my opinion, if he says he could be in the woods, in my opinion, he knows where he is at at and is like mocking or making fun of those who are searching in the woods. In my opinion, he knows Sebastian is not in the woods. Yeah, I can see where that would logically make sense, Town Chat. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, here's the thing about Chris. He does like to, mess around. He plays too much. I've always said, like, Chris plays too much. He doesn't like tell the truth, and it's annoying. Lois Roberts, thank you, says Sebastian Strong. Thank you so much. And Brenda agrees. So he could be sending again on a wild goose chase like we have with Mr. Harrow over there, Jake. Hey, Carla. Carla Argyle says Interpol. Does he have an Interpol file? I don't think so, Carla. That's interesting to bring up. Yeah, I don't know. Interpol file. Oh, so my Town Chat. If you guys listened to my live from earlier, you guys had me in tears. Like, I'm so glad I wasn't on camera this morning because everybody came together, guys. We had someone from Ireland in here saying that we want Sebastian to have justice. All of these people, different places, all over, all over. Town Chat says, Lady Freedom, I'm so glad that there are many people from all over the world helping. In my opinion, we are all like pieces of a puzzle, and eventually we will get this puzzle solved. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Yeah, I'll let you know what I find on it. I mean, okay. Thank you. Brenda says, I think at night sent notifications to pertinent embassies. Yeah, because I know it's probably hard to, because I mean, basically, if you're in another country, that's where we would go as US citizens would be going to the embassy. Uh, Pink Warrior says, if CP's family allegedly have that much pull on the town, then they really need to be looked into in the FBI, in my opinion. I mean, if it's affecting people that live there too and their safety, I agree. Um, Very well said, Pink Warrior. It's really it's bothersome. Hey Joe, it's bothersome. You know, coffee and crime. Excuse me, coffee, crime, and cats. Hey, good to see you. Good to see you. I would say contact LE in each county at the least in South America. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a really good idea too, is to spread awareness within the counties to counties, right? I mean, I think that's a really smart idea. I think everybody needs to be aware because we always think that everybody is because, we might probably have more luck going to our own local agencies and spreading the word, I mean, off of YouTube, because obviously YouTube can be, um, I mean, I'll just say this. A lot of people on YouTube know about Sebastian, but I think a lot of people don't. Oh, I bet you probably were timed out by the mods, Joe. That's what it was. I was like, oh, you're saying hi again. Um, GA64 says CP to use a wordplay and distort the truth, but sometimes he slips up and the actual truth comes out of his big mouth. Well, and I do think he was comfortable with them, but you know, whenever a criminal, in my opinion, right, is getting one over, or they think they're getting over on law enforcement, they get off on it, right? They like it. They like it. I mean, they just do. They just do. And I think there was a level of that going on, perhaps with Chris Proudfoot, where he maybe wanted to gauge the reaction from, you know, the conversation he was having, you know. I can tell you, at least in Guatemala, that LE doesn't work with U.S. Embassy unless the embassy contacts them directly in regards to certain cases. Oh, okay. That's interesting. So it would have to be the embassy contacting the embassy. Yeah. And I just saw this. Yes, Joe, you were timed out because, guys, we can't. I don't want to say that Sebastian's dead in here, right? I mean, come on. It really bothered me when Chris said it, you know, and I'm like, I don't think we need to be saying that. Um, I just don't, you know, because I don't. I really would hate for, you know, Seth to feel the love that he's feeling over here, and then come in here and see that in the chat. I mean, you know, no bueno. Yeah, town chat, it is a really good idea. I mean, you know, and you could even, I mean, I would always go to all of, I mean, anytime I'll just put it this way, anytime that I've ever submitted any type of information that I thought I had, I just go right to law enforcement, you know, and at night. I've also sent them things too. I used to live in Sumner County for over 20 years and never heard of Sox as a realtor. And I know of other realtors that are big, not sure where money is coming from and the whole threats. Yeah, well, okay, so Poppy Love, I think what it is, in my opinion, when it comes to the kind of realtor Kathy is, and this, and again, it's my opinion, I don't know Kathy, but I think that she sells the new builds from from second generation. I do. I do. And, you know, there's different ways that you can sell real estate and be involved in real estate. You can be a buyer's agent, you can be a seller's agent, meaning, you know, you list people's houses and sell them for them, or the buyer's agent will, you know, help people when they're buying a home. So with Kathy, I think she just gets, you know, she sells all those new builds, and I mean, those are obviously turnkey, brand new, some of them custom, you know, so she's making bank. It's extremely difficult. It's extremely difficult for a real estate agent to generate business, right? And a lot of times we would rely on like internet lead sources and things like that. With Kathy, if she already had that set up, that's the best position to be in. You know, I mean, it'd be like if I had my real estate license and I had a builder who was like, you know, hey, Lady Freedom, here's this house, you know, do an open house at it. Or, hey, you know, I have some, a custom build, right, that I need you to list for me. I mean, then she's making straight commission on that that whole entire, sale of the house. I don't know what Kathy's credentials are. She may also be a broker. She may not only be a realtor. So, I'm not familiar with her, um, what all her licensing is, but, you know, when you sell a $600,000 house and you make 3% off of that, it's quite a bit of money, and if you keep doing that, it adds up really, really quickly. I mean, realtors have a lot of overhead as well, but coffee, crime, and cats. I've seen more contact from police in 30-year-old case than in Sebastian's case. Yeah. Are you talking about the one? Oh, in a 30-year-old cold case. Excuse me. Okay, yeah, you are talking about a cold case. I just reread that. Sorry, I read that wrong to begin with. Robini says, well, to be fair, someone asked what everyone thought happened to Sebastian, and he was just answering with his opinion. Oh, I got you, Robini. Oh, I see. See, I didn't see that. I just kind of, I gotcha. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Well, and I knew there was some kind of going back and forth in the chat, and then I saw that and I was like, oh, we can't have that in here. Okay. I got you though. That makes sense. That makes sense. Thank you guys. Poppy Love says, it isn't really, or I don't really get the whole narcissist personality until CP. I get it now, and I had to come back just to say that. Puppy love. I'll tell you, once you can recognize the characteristics, right, it's really personality traits. It's hard to unsee, because I never knew about the narcissistic personality until I realized that I married someone like that, but um and there's so much research on the subject. Thank you, Poppy Love. Thank you. Brenda Calvert says, I would think Canada first because of the Proudfoots, or excuse me, because of CP's job searching. Well, I mean, I do remember that. And actually, I sent that over to Jen, because someone had talked about it, and she said, I didn't know that was going on, because she had mapped something about it. And I said, oh, let me find it for you. I got it somewhere, and I did. I found it and sent it over. Hey, Dawn, good to see you. I've already posted the video in Facebook in the UK, around the London/Wembley area, plus Canada, and I'm working on the US. So y'all are more than welcome to copy the link to the video. Is only 50 seconds long. Okay, cool. Yeah, I will share it to my page. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Chown Chat. That's great. I mean, awareness is awareness, guys, and we have to spread it around. Yeah, he loves the attention, the playing people, true narcissistic personality. Yeah, so I mean, it does make me wonder, and especially now, what you guys are saying, Robini says her hubby got arrested for having chemicals. Yo, like math too. Really, Robini? Maybe that was part of where the money comes from too, allegedly. I can see that. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Town Chat Cafe says, so please share it far and wide. It is very different change from seeing posters. In my opinion, it stands out attention in addition to posters while searching for Sebastian. Yeah, absolutely. And every part of the world needs to know what's going on. GA64 says, I was going to say she may be a broker. You read my mind, Lady Freedom. Yeah, GA64, I was just thinking that. I was like, I don't know if she has her broker's license too, which would be smart to have too, because then you wouldn't have to, you could have your own company, then you wouldn't have to hang your license Remax, Keller Williams, those type places. GA64, thank you. I'm thinking too, let's see. Meow me. Don't you? We have a local case, Amy Michaelvik, I hope I said that right, who was unalived in 89. We heard more information from the police in her case than Sebastian's. Oh, because I remember someone telling me this morning about the case from the 67, Pauline. Wow. Okay. Interesting. I didn't know that. Coffee, Crime, and Cats. Thank you for letting us know. Poppy Love says, "Oh, you are right, Lady Freedom. I looked at another neighbor and they were selling new home construction." Okay. See, so she kind of gets to catch all of those, ready to move in homes. So she's making good money. I mean, really good money, probably. I'd be, and see, and the thing is like before I even knew that, I was like, what are all the properties that she has? Because then it's like that opens up to more places where Sebastian could be. I mean, again, not to, the problem is having them click on the link. If you could send the video without a link, it would be viewed more. Oh, okay. That's a good idea. Perfectly imperfect boy mom. Thank you. Great. Yeah, here's the link. Aw, thank you, Coffee, Crime, and Coffee, Crime, and Cats. Perfectly imperfect boy mom. That's hilarious. Popcorn tube. You guys. I can't believe I forgot about her being in such an easy position in new home construction. I used to do new home construction, and that was years ago. Gosh, you're right about her sales, but not big name, I guess. What about threats? Yeah, the threats, I never understood that, or taking down the flyers. Like, what's the big deal? I think they just can't stand to look at them. And I also think that, they want us to stop talking, I think. Thank you, Becky. Thank you so much. Yeah. So, but a broker can do more transactions with properties. Yeah, absolutely. Great point too, J64. You're right. With all that money, why not get that fixed? In my opinion, I know. Yeah, really. That is true. Very identifiable features, I must say. Hey, YouTuber, good to see you. Good to see you. All right, so I think I'm going to play this next little piece for us on here. A lot of good stuff, guys, with what Seth is saying here.
Just flying around me above there.
Exactly. Hand it over to somebody who has more resources than they do, because apparently they don't have the time or the resources to look for Sebastian and solve his case. I mean, could you imagine 18 months of not knowing where your child
Sheriff
is?
Cra-Dick, can we turn this case over to the FBI, please? My son matters.
I'm making sure.
I don't get to sleep at night not knowing where my son is. I know that you don't have a problem sleeping in your bed paid for by the corruptness that you exhibit, and you're a disgrace to the badge. But my son matters. Why don't you turn the case over to the FBI?
And crickets.
No matter how you guys would feel about Seth, this isn't about Seth. This isn't about
15 now,
Sebastian.
16-year-old child.
This is about a
that does not
16-year-old
deserve
child.
Any of this.
That's right.
If you can
Sebastian
be civil, even if
is
you
a
are,
beautiful, bright soul.
have to pick a side, and then on Chris and Katie's side, if you can be civil,
there's
you
no
should be out here.
sides.
I know, but if you
It's
have to,
Sebastian
and
who
they
is
want to
missing.
pick a side, because unfortunately that's how social media has done things. You could still be out here. This isn't about Seth. It's about Sebastian.
That's
it's
right.
about getting answers for Sebastian. So regardless of who you think is guilty, not guilty, wrong, not wrong, good parent, bad parent,
Katie,
if you
come out
care
here and
about
hold a sign,
Sebastian,
too.
Yeah.
you should be out here.
I mean, we're right across from the sheriff's office. Nothing bad's going to happen to him.
Right. Well, she doesn't even have to do it when we're doing it. I mean,
Honk for Sebastian.
It's just about bringing awareness. You would definitely want to do this if it was your kid. No answers for 18 months. I am going to be talking
18
to
months. How long more are we going to wait before somebody does their job?
Honk. Shit.
Louder than we.
He's like, oh, you want to honk? You want me to honk? Here you go. I am going to be talking to Brian Doyle. He's got his son went into the South Carolina, what are they called? The jetties, and he disappeared. And he said the same thing. Law enforcement is just, when you have a missing kid or something is going on with your child, it's really difficult. People just don't really understand. Unless you're in that position, you really don't understand. We that aren't in that position, we can only sympathize and empathize. That's it. We can't really understand.
Honk for Sebastian.
Honk for Sebastian.
You guys could go look for him.
Seth, God. Where is Sebastian Rogers? This is about Sebastian. This is about Sebastian. Sad. Sad that we even have to be here. Sad that we even have to be here, guys. Can we see the banner again? Sure. Yeah. No problem. Hold on. Let me get back. She's going to want to screenshot it, I think.
Yeah.
Well, the wind is blowing, so.
The code in the middle should take you to the
Yeah, the
FBI.
code in the middle should take you to the FBI as well. Of course, now when we try to do it, the wind is really blowing and it feels really good right now.
No. I'm just trying to get it so they can get a good picture.
Here. There we go. All right, guys.
The other side really pretty.
And then look at the other side. This is what the moon was. Sebastian. Look at that cute thing.
Okay, it's definitely got to be the moon because I know Seth would have corrected.
Y'all got it? Y'all screenshot it? Okay, cool. The signs are amazing. Seth did a hell of a job.
Yeah.
YouTubers so awesome.
You know, this is the
FBI official FBI flyers.
Yeah.
Not the TBI, because they won't update it to actually decent pictures of my son and don't show him as a toddler. TBI won't update the pictures.
Well, at least you're getting something from the FBI.
Yeah,
God.
they're the only ones that are doing anything. That's why I want the case to give the case to the FBI.
Yeah.
Thank God for the women there keeping him calm.
Man.
Same YouTuber.
Lord. It is a good, clear picture. Yeah. Yep. But you know, everybody that's talking about, I mean, Seth wasn't the last one to see his son. Seth was not there.
If I was the last one to see my son, I'd expect everybody to think that I did something.
Right.
But if I was the last one to saw my son, guess what? I wouldn't be out here because my son would still be here.
Yep. And that's that. Please read your comment, okay?
Oh,
YouTuber.
YouTuber.
Lady. I'm looking for it.
Poor Summer Wells.
I'm still looking for it. I don't see it. Hey, MMO. Hey, Leanne. Hey, honey.
They've proven themselves not to be
lady,
trustworthy.
I don't see it, hon.
Scranton, I agree.
I'm sorry, but I'm not seeing your comment. I'm not seeing it. You know, I don't want, me personally, you know, it is my channel and I'm the one that's filming it. Me personally, I mean, I don't want anybody arrested or anything unless they've done something wrong. You know, I think that if you are building a case or what have you, if you're whatever is going on with the investigation. I mean, we probably know a minute part of what's going on with the investigation, including Sumner County and TBI. I'm just, I think that it's been 18 months, and if we haven't made an arrest, if we haven't found Sebastian, then maybe, and I'm not saying that it would be Katie or Chris. I don't know. I don't know what's happened to Sebastian, but I do know that he's still not home. He has still not been found. There's still no arrest. And so we got to do something different. There's something that they haven't done, or there's something that maybe they need to do to get different results, because right now there is no results. We have nothing. And I say we, as the people that are invested in helping to find Sebastian. So that's all I know. I'm gonna give the phone back to this sweet lady. I'm not gonna end the stream. They can end the stream when they leave. That way you guys can be a part of it. I know that a lot of people would like to be here, and you can't be here. Say a prayer. Send letters, send emails, just do whatever it is that you think that you could do with your time to help out. Right? Whatever it is that y'all can do. Just to, think about it. If it was your child, what would you want people doing to support you? What do you want people to do? Oh, I didn't see that old lady, and I would hate to know that that's true. I would hate to know that that is true, honey. Well, everybody could email or call them. But anyway, I'm going to hand this over. Do you mind streaming? Yeah. Yeah, and just hand it over, and then. Oh yeah, no problem, Jeff. I'm gonna give, because I'm streaming on Seth's phone since mine is, almost dead as always. But I'm gonna take Lily. We just wanted to come and say hi to Seth and let him know that we're here. Lily wanted to say hi to her buds. All right, guys. Y'all have a good one. Here is my friend.
You can say it.
Huh? YouTuber, you got that right.
You can say it.
All right, guys. Like I said, I'm not very good at this. So
She's going to keep on streaming. Just whenever you get done, just log out. And then I'll log back in. All right.
we're still out here, like Jen said. If you can come out here and support
It's because I actually charged.
Sebastian, we need answers. We need him to be. We need his case to be solved. So,
Because your car sucks up.
like I said, put on a hat and some sunglasses and come on out.
Don't forget to take that bottle of water with you, girl.
She's got hers.
Great idea.
She is sassy.
Oh yeah.
She's the boss. Nothing
No,
wrong with
she's
that.
not.
Everyone like this. She went.
Yeah, she tried to hit me instead of giving me that.
Thank you, Pink Warrior.
Bye.
If you go to log in, it'll kick me right off. I'm sorry, you can sign up for my techno.
Carla, there were random people that came. Well, there were people that support Seth that came, but some of them don't want
She'll show you how to get around video camera.
kind of, their identity given out. And I understand that.
Yeah.
are worried, and they're afraid to come out.
Exactly. That's what I said. Put on some sunglasses, put on a hat, and come out. I mean, they don't know who you are. Nobody knows who I am. I'm hiding behind my screen name because I do live close by and I do fear retaliation. So, but I'm still here. So that's not, it's not really an excuse.
Later. Y'all be safe.
take posters all over the car doors that are being driven? Like everybody's car doors? I mean,
What?
say maybe we can take posters all over car doors that are being driven.
That's a violation.
Oh.
You can't put flyers on parked vehicles in the state of Tennessee. Thank you to Governor Bill Lee. You actually have to get permission to do a lot of things now because of that bill he signed. It was meant to slow down and stop like hate groups, but it doesn't classify hate groups. It's just straight up flyers and stuff. Honk for Sebastian.
Thank you.
Well, and a big problem too, Poppy Love, is, I mean, look at poor Bobby when she came out. I mean, anybody that seems to come out and try to talk about it or, put out information, it's like they get attacked, right? Threatened, whatever. It's terrible. Yeah, not I wonder, well, see, I guess there was some kind of law passed, Robini, recently where it's like you can't put any flyers up anywhere. It's weird. Something like that. Um, Seth explains it in here. But yeah, I mean, I remember Terry Lynn putting them under everybody's windshield, and I kind of, made a little bit of a funny about it because I was like, well, you know, here's Terry Lynn putting them on cars, and here's Chris Proudfoot getting mad. That's destruction of private property. And he was really, really pissed. And then, you got Terry Lynn out there putting them on cars. So, I mean, and there wasn't any damage done. I mean, she slid it, like you're saying, under the wiper, the windshield wiper. So yeah, people's tires. Yep. CJ's truck, people's tires flattened. Yeah, how recently that's convenient. I mean, Robbie, I'm here to tell you, I mean, after all we're witnessing, it doesn't look good, that it's probably something that they're putting into place, because the Proudfoots are screaming to high heaven. Nobody's allowed to do this. Nobody can do that. Da, da, da. We need to put a law in place that they can't do this, Chris wants a law put into place that if he sees you and you're supporting Sebastian being found, he can run you down in a vehicle. I mean, he said it. He said it. I didn't, I think everyone that goes tomorrow should wear a green hoodie or a yellow jacket and a mask. Brenda, that's the best disguise ever. It's so sad though. Like, people should be able to stand up for what they believe in, as long as they're not, causing trouble. Like, it's not like they're over there looting or, doing anything extra. They're really demonstrating what a peaceful protest looks like. In my opinion, this is what I think of when I think about going out and protesting. We also saw this very well demonstrated protest by Bullhorn Betty and Chronicles of Olivia for Daniela Mendoza, right? Excuse me, Daniela Mendiola, excuse me. So there are great examples of peaceful demonstrations that are, completely within people's rights, and, really encourage through the Constitution for us to do that, when we feel like we need to. And again, I think Star said it earlier in the chat. It's about being proactive, not reactive, because reactive gets you put in orange, and that's the last thing we want for Seth, and that's the last thing he wants, because he needs to be out there looking for Sebastian and being his voice. But what we can do to be proactive makes us feel better, like we're doing something. Also pray, but do something. YouTuber is here. Excuse me, YouTuber is here. If locals have more notice, a month at least maybe, and numbers were known, there might be more courage in numbers, but it's understandable Seth needed to take action on short notice. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Well, and and again, there's just a lot to be said about doing something and not getting in trouble.
On for Sebastian. But then again, Governor Bill Lee doesn't return phone calls or emails either.
True statements.
Oh.
There, and I'm like, well.
Yeah, all you got to do is actually just pay attention to the news, and you'll see corruption.
Oh yeah. It's everywhere. I can't speak for other states, but Tennessee is. I mean, there's so many missing children for a reason in the state.
Yeah, well, where I'm born and from, the person that was last with the child would be in jail until they tell them.
Right. And there's other cases that have proved that. Recent cases that have proved that without going into details, because this is not about that. It's about Sebastian.
But
And really quick, guys, this person makes a great point, right? I mean, just absolutely wanted to point that out. The person that was there speaking to, holding the phone for Jen, I agree, and so grateful to have her voice there too. That's so important. And yeah, YouTuber, absolutely. Seriously though, if wearing a mask will help people feel safe enough to be there, why not? Whatever they have to do. And I understand, I don't like to feel unsafe. That's the last thing that that really stresses me out when I don't feel safe. It really does. It's a trigger for me personally. And, I understand that because I know I was kind of being like, well, if you have to, it's about having courage. That was my initial reaction. Then I thought about it more. I mean, obviously, nobody wants to be bullied around for helping. So, I love peanut butter. That would be like what is it? Like the peanut sauce, right? Like Asian peanut sauce or whatever. That probably sounded bad if somebody clipped that. Blooper reel. Coffee Crime and Cat says, I quote, evil trumps when good men do nothing. Yeah. It's true though. When evil triumphs when good men do nothing. Absolutely. Yeah, and and then also it's about, being, equally outraged, when there's an injustice, even if it doesn't happen to you, and you're not directly affected by it. I agree with that. Well said, Coffee Crime and Cats. Thank you. What about city hall meetings? Can't Seth and the team go to them? That would be a really good idea, Twists and Turns. Good to see you. Yeah, that's absolutely a good idea. City hall meetings are I don't, I think though, now correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but since Seth lives in Davidson County, that might be different because he doesn't live in Sumner County. I don't know if that would make a difference. I agree, Carla. If it was one of their kids, they would want the flyers out. I would hope. If they didn't, I'd be side-eyeing them hard. Town Chat Cafe says, great idea. Let Eric Cra-Dick see them all. They could be printed off and onto paper even. Yeah, absolutely. Ooh, peanut butter and Ritz. That is so good. I like the peanut butter that has honey in it too. That one's really good. Has anyone heard of any of the Dark Side doing any Sebastian content? I don't watch them, but I see the thumbnails sometimes. Scranton, people were being rude, I suppose. I haven't heard. I haven't really had time to go over and look, but sometimes I do just to see. And yeah, I heard they were being idiots. Ooh, Buckeyes. Yeah. J64 PS is, or excuse me, CP is a psycho. His previous wives can probably attest to it, in my opinion. Yeah, they've said a lot. Nina spoke volumes. Oh yeah, Scranton, absolutely. It's their tax dollars being spent on Sheriff sitting on his butt in his office. I mean, Carla, I did talk about that a little bit because I'm like, come on, guys, that's your tax dollars. That's what you're paying for, you know? Scranton Strangler, I don't watch any of them, but it's apparent that they were a lot of making negative comments about Seth on YouTube news channels. See, that's terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. I'm not really surprised, but ugh. All right, guys, here's a little bit more.
This county likes to cover up a lot of stuff. What it is here is it's the golden rule. Whoever has the gold makes the rules. You know, the fact
That's
that
a nice way to put it. I usually say it's who you blow. Who you know and who you blow.
well, I don't volunteer to go down that road. Sorry.
I'm not either, but that's what they say
They
in
used to say in
Tennessee.
Missouri.
Oh,
That's what they used to say there.
What do they say?
something that I wouldn't repeat.
Okay.
People don't like to
Even
volunteer
I have
for
my
that.
limits, okay?
Me too.
I'll tell you when we're off camera. Don't want to get Jen in trouble.
YouTuber. Yes.
Bye,
Oh,
Lily.
she said bye, Seth.
Later, Jen. If you need water or anything, I got a cooler full of water.
I usually do green tea with all the stuff in it. Out of the tea, so I drink water. I'm drinking soap.
Oh no.
Apparently not. You can't put posters of a missing child on a car.
Oh, Carla, yuck.
Can't put
Oh,
flyers.
they're saying put posters on your personal vehicles, like us
Well,
put personal posters on
I
our
had
personal
magnets
vehicle.
on mine. Someone took most of my magnets.
What happened to him?
Somebody 5-figure discount on my magnets.
Oh wow.
They all need to know, just like what Carla said about SF. They all need to know. You need to know about that 15 grand they were paid to keep keep
You
things
can
under
put,
wraps.
you can do whatever you want to your own car. You just can't put flyers on other cars. Seth he said he had flyers, magnet, sorry, like the decal magnets, like that.
Yeah.
On his
4 of them on my truck.
And somebody took them. They disappeared. Came outside and they weren't there one day. Jen has already left, unfortunately, so I'm kind of filling in for her to kind of get the word out there for Sebastian. Lady Roses said she wished. Oh, where did it go? So wished I could be there to help you protest, Seth, but I can watch you all, and that's better than nothing. As I shared it to our scanner and sheriff page here to help her share it in Wisconsin counties.
Thank you.
On the Nextdoor app. I don't know about around here, but I don't think a lot of people use the Nextdoor app unless if you have a Ring doorbell, I think. So I may be wrong about that, but I think the Nextdoor app is like something you sign up if you have the Ring doorbell. So if they don't have a Ring doorbell, they might have not seen it.
You went that way with it on there. Well, no, on there.
Okay.
Honk for Sebastian. Sebastian matters.
Beep beep.
Appreciate it.
Stay strong, Seth. I'm going to stand here in the chat since I'm not able to be there.
Oh, Carla, I'm right there with you. It pisses me off too that SF called Seth a pedo, and then for the photographer he is with pictures of young girls. Yeah, and he is creepy as hell. Like when I look at SF investigates fishy, I get really strong creeper vibes. Like, I mean, other than him looking dopey as fuck, but I mean, yeah. And what does it say about him? I think it says that he likes to put his shortcomings and awful behavior onto someone else. And I think that's exactly what he was paid for, is to smear Seth on Twitter or X, because that's where he does it, and he's done that the whole time. In my opinion, from what I've witnessed and looked at on X, on his page. And then also some people were also like reviewing it. I watched them review it. So yeah, I mean it's a terrible uh way that he acts, and puts that onto Seth like that. And again, if Katie really felt like going after Seth for anything, she should have done it, a long time ago. It's odd that Sebastian goes missing and all of a sudden we need to criminalize Seth. You know what I mean? I mean, that's the way optically, that's the way it looks.
Appreciate it.
Oh, we use it all in our community. It's not tied to Ring. Oh, okay. I didn't know. I know that when I signed up for my Ring doorbell, that popped up. So
What?
The Nextdoor app, they're asking if we've posted on the Nextdoor app.
Unfortunately,
It's like a
I can't
neighborhood.
post anything to mine unless I'm at my house.
Yeah.
Because it's only a certain.
Yeah, it's a
distance.
neighborhood.
Yeah.
It doesn't really reach a far distance unless
It
if
doesn't
everybody
reach 2
went.
hours away.
Yeah. I think it only reaches like a 10-mile, maybe a 10-mile radius. It's for your neighborhood.
Yeah.
I know that.
I know.
He sure did. Coffee, crime, and cats. He sure did.
Somebody. That's how I know 2 people with. AR-15 platform. Tried to go into somebody's house. He's like,
It's crazy.
Is that in Clarksville?
Yeah.
I think downtown Clarksville is adorable. It's like so set.
Yeah, let's talk about that too. Yeah, Carla. Seth said he was 18 when they started dating, right? And so did Yada 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 yada. She did too. She said that Seth had asked for permission from basically Katie's adoptive dad, right? Which was really like her grandpa or whatever, right? Because they were her caregivers and whatnot, and he had asked for permission. So that's all bullshit. And she came out and said that. And then also Coffee Crime and Cats also says he shamelessly inserted himself into the Haro case too. Yeah, and spread misinformation. Now, I mean, he apologized for it, so he did that. But I mean, what the hell? Baby Haro was found. Blah blah blah. No, he wasn't. Quit lying. YouTuber says cannot believe that the sheriff of the county's law enforcement responsible for investigating the disappearance of an autistic boy will not give him the dignity of coming out of his office to speak to his father. Yes, YouTuber, and that's another thing where Sebastian fits the criteria for this policy that they have in place through the FBI taking jurisdiction without being invited, called the Tender Years policy. Sebastian has a rare chromosome deletion, guys. So the rare chromosome deletion syndrome that Sebastian has, that means that part of a specific chromosome is actually deleted or not there, right? Which he was born with, and they found out about when he was just a baby, a few months old, right? That's also what Sebastian is, I don't know. I can't say like battling, struggling with. I don't know, what that entails for Sebastian. And even if we looked up the diagnosis, I think that, we would find that there's some that, some things that Sebastian would experience, some things he wouldn't. But then he had a more recent diagnosis of autism, right? And we all know that he's had that all along, right? You don't just like wake up and then you're all of a sudden diagnosed with autism, or you come down with autism. None of that, right? You're born with autism. And same thing goes for the chromosome deletion. So, but that causes different things, for Sebastian, like for him to experience different things, right? Um, so, and it's very rare. It's not like, a bunch of people have that, right? Like, a more common, uh, chromosome disorder would be Down syndrome, right? So, but that's really common. We all, know that, identify. But again, Sebastian had a couple of different, diagnoses that made him different, right? And special, in my opinion. And I think that Sebastian had exceptional intelligence. But I also think that there was a lot of stress in the house. And when that's there, and then you also have the rare chromosome deletion that could also mirror a lot of the autism, symptoms and things and characteristics, and all of that, it causes for someone to be more vulnerable. And that's part of the criteria for this, right? It would be a vulnerable person who has, something medically that would impede them finding their way home safely, right? And so if Sumner County Sheriff's Office and law enforcement think that Sebastian walked off, then they should absolutely be imploring the FBI to intervene, simply because of what Sebastian is dealing with, because he's left on his own, and because of his medical diagnoses. In theory, he's a person that couldn't probably get back home on their own safely without assistance. It's the very definition. It's unbelievable. Thank you, YouTuber, for your comment. I very well said, and I agree. But they're simply not, what they're saying and what they think that happened to Sebastian is not aligning with, anything that makes sense, right? It's nonsensical, word salad. They want us to believe something that's completely absurd, in my opinion. Brenda Calvert says yes, and we saw right through SF and the foot nonsense. We did, Brenda. Well, that's what makes them mad too, because they would be fine with us if we simply agreed with them. Hey, Bo, good to see you. Oh, I will look at my email, Bo. Thank you. I'm so sorry. I got really busy, guys, and then I was also on another panel too in the meantime. Good night, Miss Ann. Thank you for being here. Town chat, I'm hearing rave reviews in the chat here about your video. That's so awesome. SF inserts himself. Yeah. In huge cases. Carla, I'm convinced now that I saw him on Nancy Grace, I think he just gets drone footage and then he sells it to them by getting airtime. for said drone footage. Whatever it is. He goes to the scene, he flies his little drone, and then he somehow gets on the show, right, with his drone footage. Kathy Bartholomew says, in my opinion, I have the Nextdoor app for my area. Don't have a Ring door set up either. Oh, okay, I gotcha, Kathy. I've gotten, it's weird. I got the Nextdoor app notifications for my first apartment I've ever had in my life. It was weird. I was like, I haven't lived there since I was 18. Weird. Brenda Calvert says it's shameful YouTuber and unprofessional in my opinion. I agree. Very unprofessional and very inhumane. Absolutely, Town Chat. Thank you so much for sharing. I'm going to go look at it too. Hey, Mountain Granny. Nice to see ya. Cra-Dick is an idiot. Sorry. The way we're spelling it lately makes me laugh. Okay. Is an idiot saying no evidence other any other sheriff would have spoke of an abduction beyond their home 3 a.m. That is the evidence. I mean, that's what I'm saying, Carla. And I keep showing these. People are going to get sick of seeing them, but I mean, I'm just putting it out there. I mean, look, we got, this car, 2:59 and 35 seconds, right? Coming through. 2:58 and 3:15, right? Then they go up the road to on Kellen. They flip around. They go down Kellen, back up Kellen, right? And then they pull around on Stafford Court. We all know Stafford Court is like a little, kind of a curve, right? And they park on there, and then they mess up because they trip off the motion sensor lights, right? This is your evidence, Cra-Dick. This is your smoking gun, right? And then in the distance, you see it right by the Lady Freedom symbol, guys. Sorry, I just put that up there, so I can do fair use and all that. You see the light source, right? One of those light sources that came from the house, and the same one that, same light source went back, right? Because we know nobody did a switcheroo. And how we know nobody did a switcheroo is because Katie was the only one in the house with Sebastian, allegedly. In her opinion, according to Katie, right? And then somebody comes out and with the light, and then somebody goes back, and the only person that was left in the house was Katie. I mean, come on, guys. I'm not going to spell it out for you guys because I don't want to, insult you guys because you're smarter than that. And I understand you're on the same page with me. But I mean, for anybody else that's listening that doesn't get it, I'm here to tell you. We got Katie's light on at 3 a.m., guys. 3:06 a.m. Katie's light is on when she said she went to bed at midnight. Dopey. And look at that creepiness, Carla. It's like, hey, little girl. Like, he's a weirdo. Seriously, that's the vibe I get when I see that man. What a weirdo. He probably went down looking like that over to the Texas Roadhouse with Katie. But I hear what you're saying. The evidence is right there. The proof is in the pudding right there. We want receipts. Those are the receipts. I mean, there's way more than that. Those were just stills of the camera. Those were just, stills from the camera footage. Yeah, that's okay. Cool, Robbie. And he says the Nextdoor app is so you and your neighbors can communicate. That's neat. Yeah, I mean that would be a good resource. But I see what they're saying in the live, like how it wouldn't travel far. It's just for you and your neighbors to communicate. Yeah, that makes sense. Thanks, Robini. Yeah, because I don't know. GA64 says sorry. That was what Betty calls SF the UTI. She had me cracking up. When I was on MMO's panel earlier with Jen, oh man, she had me cracking up because she was reviewing MMO, was reviewing Bullhorn Betty, and I was dying. I had to cut the sound off for that too. I had Leanne making me laugh. I had Bullhorn Betty making me laugh. Oh my gosh, she was revved up too. And what it was about was it was the damn pig fest. Of course we're pissed off about it. What a real asshole thing for them. Why can't they have a booth over there? That lady was just trying to get a booth to be kind, to spread awareness for Sebastian. Oh no, we can't give you that, switch a YouTuber. I'm telling you, I'm getting slap happy and tired, and I need more coffee. And you know what's funny? I think I've just talked too much today because I slept in a little bit because I wanted to um, be able to do like an earlier Friday morning show. So YouTuber switcheroo. Oh goodness. Sometimes I have no idea what flies out of my mouth, guys. And sometimes I feel bad, especially like Cinderella. I didn't mean to block Cinderella. Now I feel bad about Joe. Sorry, Joe. Poor Joe. I don't know, but I know politics gets heated. That's why Justin he says that no politics, and I'm like, you go, go Justin. Oh, sorry guys, I keep leaning on my table and I'm creaking it. Kathy says, in my opinion, this is not a stranger abduction, not with someone running back to their house. I feel like that's way off. Or excuse me, I feel like this was a handoff. Yeah, oh, definitely, because they meet, like the light source comes off and they meet, like we see it right there on the video, right, Kathy? I mean, I know it's really tough to see, but you definitely can see the light sources moving, and that's what's really difficult, in my opinion, you know? So. Yes, that is so true. And after so much time, yeah, I believe outside sources should have been allowed to come in and take over the case, in my opinion. I agree with that. I mean, you wonder how long they're going to keep it in their kung fu grip. And that's what I think of. Because I just feel like Eric Craddock is just holding on to it, like that Christmas miser, like I'm not giving it up. And we're like, give it up. And he's like, I'm not going to give it up. And it's like, why not? What has to happen in order for him to give it up? Why are they keeping it so close? Why won't they ask for help? And again, like that's why I was with my title, is it because he's got a big ego and he doesn't want anybody else to touch his case, or is he fearful that people are going to criticize the shoddy investigation, in my opinion? Yeah, I said shoddy investigation, in my opinion. YouTuber is here, says crazy, since in KP's last interview she stressed she didn't want Sebastian to be forgotten. I know. Exactly. It is crazy because they'll say one thing and do another. And that's what's frustrating as hell, because it's like, what? Yeah, not a stranger. Yeah, but the profit, it's an inside job for sure. Now, what happened next? That's the thing, because I'm feeling like, okay, well, if I'm going with this theory, which has always been the flashlight video, right? Good morning, KJ Mac. Um, it's always been the flashlight video for me, and it's like, okay, if I go with that theory that they did a handoff, right, Sebastian and gets into that sedan, right, gray sedan, silver, and then what? Did they take him to a school? Did they take him to someone's house to take care of him? Get a take to keep him away from Seth or something. I don't know what their way of thought, or excuse me, train of thought was, or what happened next for sure, right? Because I do try to keep hope. I do, and I think maybe, they didn't think that it was going to get this big, right? It reminds me of the Meet the Parents, You're gonna have to take it from my kung fu grip. Oh boy, YouTuber. KJ Mix is right, YouTuber. She is saying the statement she thinks are expected. That's the vibe I get from her. That's really true, KJ Mac. Yeah. Yeah. She think well, and I always think that she did look through the interviews. That's another thing that yada 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 said. She did. She said um that when she was watching the interview, she had a notepad out. She's writing it down, writing things down and comparing. And what she noticed was that Katie and Chris were watching YouTube, right? And I have this is great from Mob Crew over here too, I think. Let's see, did I still have it in here? Yeah, there we go. Crispy. Crispy spends all his time, wait for it, trolling YouTube, right? He just trolls through YouTube, watching all the interviews. Same with Katie. Oh, they said this. Okay, we got to change that. Okay, we said, they said this. They said this, you know? But they're not worried about fighting Sebastian. And then anytime people are like, well, how come you're not talking about Sebastian? And then they go, because they just bash us. That's what Chris says, because they just bash us. Well, what do you care? What are you scared of there, Crispy? You're the big man that likes to talk smack to the ladies. And then when nobody's looking, you hit on them. Or when people are looking, you're caught staring at people's legs and stuff. It's weird. No wonder you like to hang out with Fishy. Thank you, Mountain Granny, for the green hearts and prayer hands. We sure need them. Carla says Cra-Dick is an idiot saying no evidence. Yep, I agree. Any other sheriff would have spoke of an abduction behind their home at 3 a.m. That is evidence. I agree with that. And any other sheriff would have pulled Katie in and said, let's talk, girl. Let's talk. Let's figure this out. Let's talk and figure it out. Because you can tell me what happened. You can tell me where Sebastian is, or you can sit in the cell until you're ready to do it. Especially once he saw the flashlight video. That had to be a key indicator, Sorry, I think I scrolled up too far, guys. Carla says we have to get that law changed. A parent should not need the sheriff's permission to bring in trained help. Oh, yeah, I agree. If that's the case, then that's taking all of the power away from the law to do what the law needs to do within their best judgment, in my opinion. Brenda says yes. In the interview, they were asked about the Foot's body language was very telling, in my opinion. I agree. Yeah, I don't know when he's up for. I mean, it's election year. I know that. Here I go talking politics again. I'm sorry, guys. It's not been a good night for politics here, Lady Freedoms. I'm kicking people out and putting them in timeout. And YouTuber says, why is Edgar having lunch with the Parks and Recs guy for Pig Fest? I mean, great question. Yeah. Yeah. What's the deal? Why does Edgar have a say-so in anything? I mean, we've all seen him. He doesn't. Why give him any type of I mean, he's not even invited back to barbecues in the neighborhood, but they're having a luncheon. Weird. KJ Max says light returns to the house is one. Two, we three Wade three and then she does the thing. I wish you guys could it would look horrible. You guys could see me doing the thing on the table. And she did in Chronicles of Olivia. And then 3, it was never supposed to get this big. I know. We never thought. Never. What did she say? To Smiley, she said, we never dreamed that this would be a reality. And I was like, you just sound like you won the lotto. Like, what? I mean, dang, Katie, either that or, you didn't think it was going to get this big, right, KJ? Oh, well said. Yep. Light returns to the house is the first one, though, for me, too. And the three-way call and then getting so mad. And I mean, he was still complaining about that to the McCoys. Still complaining about it. The McCoys didn't bring it up at all. He's like, oh, and everybody's upset about the three-way call, or excuse me, everybody's upset about the 911 thing. And I called the sheriff directly. It's like, okay, well, simmer down. He's not even asking you about that, but yet you're divulging and over-explaining, and he didn't even say anything about that. Like, that wasn't on his radar, or he didn't put it out there, in my opinion. Now, if Mr. McCoy had said or Mrs. McCoy, they were both there, right, in the phone call. If one of them had said something like, "Oh, hey Chris, I heard that you dialed the sheriff instead of 911. What of that?" And then he would have gotten all riled up. But instead, he just offered up all that information. Oh, well, the public doesn't understand. They're upset with me for this, blah 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 blah. And then he's like, and then I think Mr. McCoy kind of conceded the point, was like, oh yeah, I mean, if you know the number for the sheriff, why not? I sure thing, um whatever, concedes the point. But he was still all up in arms about that. He knows it was wrong, otherwise he wouldn't have still been bothered by it, in my opinion. All right, guys, we just have a little bit more of this, and I'm just going to play this through just real quick while I catch up in chat.
Thank you, Rod.
I live across.
Exactly. He's never sat back and not searched for Sebastian. He's never gave up on him. He's never, that's what he's devoting his life to, because his son is his life. And that's how it should be for any parent. And he'll tell you, and he'll scream it to the high heavens, that he's not going to stop until he has answers, or till Sebastian's home.
I'm dead.
Or he's dead.
And I'll take anybody up on that offer too.
Oh, come on.
Oh no, I return fire. I'll stack them high.
Let's not put that out there.
This is
She's like, that's not better. That's not any better. I love the voice of reason.
It's a good thing this ain't the 1800s anymore. Put on a 6-shooter and call somebody out at high noon.
Well, that's a different day and time.
That's how you got rid of corruption. Like that. Welcome to the OK Corral.
Right.
Wear your bandanas. Look at my red sash. That's an insult to the
Definitely a good suggestion. I mean, yeah, if you're able to post it in, your local Facebook pages,
the more people
community
that know
apps,
about it, the harder it is for them to hide their corruption.
Right.
Give it to the FBI and I will leave. Then I'll be spending a lot of time in DC.
Thank you, Momming It Up. Prayers are always accepted. Those are never can go without abundance. We can use all the prayers. Sebastian can use all the prayers.
On for Sebastian.
We pray for justice.
That's the great thing about it being on both sides.
Yeah. Pray for answers. Pray for certain people to have a conscience.
Pray God shines a light on the darkness that they're hiding in that room right there.
Pray that they have a conscience and do the right thing and turn it over to somebody who can handle the case, because apparently Sumner County cannot.
I don't even know the case that they. I mean, I'm almost half tempted to wonder if, the week that my son went missing or the week after my son went, did they let those 6 inmates out so they could track them down? and try to like cover it up. Nobody talks about the 6 inmates that escaped from right behind that building. And they found all of them within a week. My son has been missing for 18 months.
Damn.
Able to
Never
find,
knew about that.
what was it, eight inmates? Six inmates that can escape, and they were able to track them down, grown men, but they can't track down and find answers for at the time, 15-year-old.
Now 16-year-old.
Now 16-year-old. He should be at home. Actually, he should be at school. Thinking about getting his permit or getting his driver's license, maybe, or doing things that a 16-year-old does.
Yeah. For the last 18 months, I could have been trying to get him to, come on, son, just get the driver's side seat. No. Come on. No, I don't want to drive. Why don't you want to drive? Because you drive fine.
I don't need to drive. You drive, Dad.
Yeah, that's pretty much what he told me. He's like, yeah, but you should want to drive. No, I don't want to drive. Okay, well.
Hey, not today, honey.
I can't blame him. There's a lot of crazy people with driver's licenses. I mean,
yeah, some kids are like that. They don't want to drive. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and end this. Thank you for supporting Seth and Sebastian, and everybody. Y'all have a good day. Hopefully,
we'll be out here tomorrow.
We'll be out here tomorrow. If you can come out, say a prayer for Sebastian. Come support Sebastian in Sumner County at the Sumner County General Sessions Court, which is also the Sumner County Sheriff's Office.
The building you can't get into.
So thank you for all the prayers. Thank you for tuning in, guys. And you all have a good day.
Thank you.
Seth, appreciate you. God bless you guys as well.
Aw, that was so awesome, guys. Really enjoyed watching that. Really did. I knew that was going to happen. Goodness sakes. Yeah, I feel the same way, Robini. I do. I feel like that there was something said. There was something said at the Roadhouse, at the table. I do believe that. Yeah. Something wasn't right. Something wasn't right there. Well, guys, I better hop off of here because I do want to come back in the morning and kind of talk with you guys also. I never heard about that, Carla, the 6 prisoners escaping. I did not hear about that. That was interesting that Seth brought that up too. He was like, no one talks about that. I'm like, I didn't know about that, I didn't know. I didn't get that memo. That is interesting, something to consider again. That's why he wasn't reached out to, in my opinion, maybe even said something about LE to make him afraid of them too. Who knows? Well, excuse me. That very well could be, Robini. That very well could be. Thank you, Carla. I'm going to check out that other post that you were talking about. YouTuber is here. Thank you so much for being here. Good night, Bo. Thank you guys so much. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow to do a morning live. Good night, GA64. Thank you guys. I know. I'm sorry, not today, honey. I know. I'm usually on later than this. And I kind of came on a little bit late tonight. But I do want to come on tomorrow. So good night, Robini. Thank you, Town Chat Cafe. I need to go check your link out. Yes. So, and again, thank you guys for being here, and thank you for being Sebastian's Army and everyone who was in the video. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. I love you all. Have a great night.